what is up guys, my Retro Revival here, and whether you're a new collector on the market for, seeing what this retro gaming buzz is about, or you're a retro gaming collector that's kind of looking where to start their next, game console collection, I think this is going to be a great video. I'm going to be going over the 5 retro game consoles that I think are the cheapest. The order I'm going to go in is from early generation to newer, so it's fitting that I start with the NES. The NES is a fantastic console. You can find these for very cheap. They're not too expensive. It depends on obviously where you get them from, but some people like to try and make you pay a little bit more for what they're worth, but if you really want an NES, you could really hunt for one and find one at a very good price. Same with all the consoles on this list. It's easy to be like, oh, it's a very popular console and everyone wants it, and I could make the price up. It's like look on price charting, see what the projected estimate is, and kind of only pay either like $10 or $20 above what price charting says they go for. Anything less than that is a win, obviously. If you can get an NES or a Super Nintendo or a PlayStation or whatever cheaper, then that's always a win. But in my opinion, don't pay like $10 or $20 over what price charting says. And I know price charting is not exactly the best example, but it's a source that is really easy to just go, okay, what do I see, and then here is a price that is averaged. But yeah, so the NES is great to collect for. You've got awesome classic 8-bit games that are just timeless. The Legend of Zelda. You've got Ghosts and Goblins. You've got, Excitebike, Hogan's Alley, Turtles in Time. That's a Super Nintendo game, whoops. You've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. You've got some great titles. 8-bit games that are just really good. It defined the, 8-bit genre. Moving on to the 16-bit consoles, we have the Super Nintendo. And a lot of people don't like this North American design, blocky with the lavender buttons, but I like it. It's definitely iconic, and that's the same way the NES is iconic. And there are revisions of this, just like there are revisions of the NES. You've got the top loader, and with this one, it is a top loader, but you've got the other version with the more rounded style console with, I think it's only AV or RF out, I don't remember, but this is a really awesome console. You've got The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Turtles in Time, Star Fox 2, which was unreleased, that was on the mini console, and, just Donkey Kong Country. The list goes on and on for the Super Nintendo. It's very good, and I found my Super Nintendo for under $100s, and that was with Zelda. So to say that you can't get one for cheap is, and then once you've got the console, you can just go. The next one, in my opinion, is just so good, and that is the PlayStation. This is one of my favorite consoles in my top 5. The PlayStation 2 is really good as well. I think these gonna go hand in hand. In my opinion, they're like twins, inseparable, both with great libraries, just awesome consoles that just kind of defined their generation as well. But the PlayStation has got one of my all-time favorite games, Medieval 2. This game is so awesome. Not as praised as the first game. Will the second game get a remaster, re-release? I don't think so. I'm hoping. I don't think so. But the first game is good. I've played it. But I just love the second one. And it's just so good. You've got Gran Turismo. You've got Gran Turismo 2. You've got this 1 and 2 GTA. You've got stuff, like I said, Medieval is good. You've even got stuff that no one seems to be talking about, like All-Star Slam and D-Ball, a really Japanese-style dodgeball game that, admittedly, in single player is very boring. But when you have a friend and you're playing this game together, it is chaotic, hectic, and just fun. But the next console on our list is the PlayStation 2. And you can see that my console is, a little beat up. But that's just a testament to, 101 million consoles sold. You've got a great DVD player, you've got a great console. It's all around a insanely good package. You've got some of the greater series on the PlayStation 2 that got started. Ape Escape 2 is one of my favorite games. On the PS2, you've got God of War, you've got Sly Cooper, you've got, Gran Turismo 4, the Grand Theft Auto series got started. You've just got some awesome titles. And not to mention, all around 4,000 games. So you've got a game for anybody. You want to play a gun style game? NRA Gun Club. For some random reason, you've got like Dark Watch, which was my introduction to just insanely interesting, weird Capcom, Konami, game, vampiric Western shooter. Those 3 words just kind of melt into each other and just create a awesome, interesting, clunky shooter that is just so full of charm and life that, stuff you just wouldn't see on later consoles, stuff that they tried and went, oh well, it didn't sell the system, but at least it's an idea that's out there. It's got a game for everybody. Hidden gems, great games, good games, PS2. Now, this last one is no surprise, but it is the Wii. You've got, Wii Sports. It's no surprise. You've got Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort. You've got, Super Mario, Super Paper Mario. You've got, I think, Mario Maker. No, that was on the Wii U. But, not to mention, flip these down. You got GameCube support. It's the best of both worlds. You can play GameCube games. You can hack the Wii. You could play Wii. You've got you put Nintendo on there. You could play GameCube games. That's how my primary way of playing, GameCube games, because GameCube games are insanely expensive. But it's just such an awesome console. Very fun. Definitely more fun with more people, but you've got some awesome stuff on the Wii. And the next console is the one that you own. Ironically, the best console to collect for is the one you have. If you've got an Xbox One, then collect Xbox One games. PS4 games. It's the act of just collecting. The cheapest console to collect for is the one you already own. But, that's kind of my list, kind of what I've noticed. Great consoles, great games. In your opinion, what are your favorite games and consoles? It's easy for me to say, oh, these are what I think, but this is what I've noticed. It's, it also depends on where you are. But without further ado, that's kind of it. I hope you liked this video. This is the first video on my channel. I kind of keep it simple, but hope you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video.